All right, what's up? I am in a FL Studio session. This is a song that I made. It is currently completely unmixed. There is nothing on this besides my vocal track or what I'm talking out of right now, which has a denoiser, and the master track, which has Vox Recorder, so you guys can hear me. I'm just gonna be going over how I mix my raw vocals. So if you guys don't know what to do, where to start, this might be able to help you guys if you're pretty new and you don't know what to do with this. So I'm just gonna play some of it so you guys can hear what my vocals sound like raw, because it's really bad, and we're gonna fix it as we go along. So right here, we're gonna start off. We're just gonna see what the vocals sound like without the beat.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone.
Okay, automatically. I do have all the doubles and all that, so I'm gonna turn those on, and we can see like what the levels are looking like, where the volume wants to sit. We gotta fix that first, just so we don't have issues with mixing later. So let me play that.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone.
Okay, so automatically you can hear them all like going over each other. We don't want that. I have these meant to be left and right panned, which you should be doing in your song. So I'm just gonna already left and right pan those and see what it sounds like.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone.
Already it sounds way better, but those are still overtaking the main vocal. So we're gonna turn both the left and the right down quite a bit. So it's more like adding instead of taking over.
Death to me, death to yo.
Sounds way better. Perfect. So I'm gonna turn on the beat so you guys can hear what this actually sounds like.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone. We're gonna put it to the side, yeah. This home back, I could take you on another one. Wanna ride back while you fucking over everyone.
Okay, already you guys can tell it's just like there's nothing on this. So there's no auto tune, there's no compression, there's no EQ. So we need to start with that. What we're gonna do is for now we're gonna turn off all the doubles and the ad libs, all that stuff, and we're just gonna be focusing on our main vocal and how we want this mixed. This is a pretty aggressive song. It's underground, so we're probably gonna have some pretty aggressive compression, aggressive auto tune, and some pretty high EQs. Sorry about the noise in the background. There's an airplane going on right now. So immediately, let's go on this main vocal. We're just gonna throw some auto tune on just to have this. So throw on effects. Perfect. Let's see here. All right, low latency on EFX, so we don't have to deal with that. Perfect. Yep. Auto-tune effects, and then we gotta find the key of this song. I do not know it right now, so let me pull it up. Again, use this website called TuneBat. Take it and literally just grab the file of the song, drag it in, and it'll give you the key and the BPM. D sharp minor 111. Sadly, this song was already recorded. I guess I completely forgot to set the BPM, which don't forget to do. It's very important. So I can't change the BPM because I already recorded everything, and it's gonna fuck shit up if I do. So we're gonna have to forget about that, but hopefully it sounds just fine. But make sure to set your BPM whenever you record. It's D sharp minor though, so let's set that. Perfect, D sharp minor, and I said it's gonna be pretty aggressive, so we're gonna set the return speed to 2, and this should keep it on key now if we listen back.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone. We're gonna put it to the side, yeah. This home back,
I can already hear it like correcting some of those off-key vocals, which is great. But you can also tell it's not mixed at all. So we're gonna add a EQ next. It's gonna be a Pro Q4. We like the highs up for these. I'm gonna go over this really quick because I don't want this to take too long. This is a very just base video on mixing. Turn down my vocals around 90, turn them up around 10K and like 6.5K. I like turning mine down just around 180, a little bit right there, and around like 300, but make that a little bit sharper, like that. And then we listen back. All we got to do is
death to me, death to yo, death to anyone. We're gonna put it to the side, yeah. This home back, I could take you on another one. Wanna ride back while you fucking over everyone. Don't take me back.
I really like this so far. This is a pretty simple EQ, but we're gonna leave that for now because I think it's adding a good amount. Next is I believe I'm just gonna throw in a compression right now. So for the compression I use for my cut compression, I enjoy what was it? Actually, for example here, I think I'm just gonna be using um, simple plugins so you guys can follow along. So I'm just gonna use the 3D compression. We're gonna turn the threshold to -25 because that matches my vocals and this mic. For the cut, we're gonna keep it a pretty low ratio, and then just turn it down a little bit. Turn the attack pretty low and the release pretty low because this is again a pretty aggressive underground track. A small compression. It turns it down, but we're gonna turn that way up later, so we don't have to worry about that. Next thing is I'm gonna use this. It is not a stock plugin. It does cost money, but I want these vocals to sound pretty good, so I'm gonna be using it. These 3 plugins. It is 2 EQs and a compression. Usually be 1 EQ and another compression, but I like my vocals pretty EQ'd. Actually, make this a little bit faster. We're gonna only do 1 and then 1. So yeah, what we're gonna do is turn this beat off so we can hear the vocals a little bit more clear. We're gonna turn them up a little bit, and we're gonna mess around with this until it sounds good.
Death to me, death to you, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side, yeah. Bitch, I'm back, I could take you on another one. Wanna ride back while you fucking over everyone. Don't take me back, I'm out of pride. Fuck my feelings, bitch, you put it to the side. Just like everyone, you wanted one night. Just like everyone, you fucking on my life.
Okay, there's that EQ. Bad. There's that EQ. We're gonna keep it like that for now. And the input, I'm gonna turn the input maybe to like 2.2. The attack, again, we want it pretty damn low. I'm gonna turn it to 1, and the release maybe to like 1.5 or so. Now the output is where we're gonna turn it up a good amount, and for this, we're gonna turn it to 6. This is a very aggressive compressor. So we're only gonna have it 6, nothing higher than that. Death to me, death to you, death to anyone. And this is where we're gonna kind of level out the vocals with this volume. We're turning to around 8 for now. Death to me, death to you, death to anyone who gon' put it to. Already, these vocals are sounding way better just with these on. But we are gonna be turning it up and adding some more effects later, so don't need more about that. Next thing I think we are missing is gonna be a de-esser. So with my vocals, or especially with whenever you increase the highs with the Pro Q4, you're gonna get some sharp S's we want to get rid of. So we're gonna throw it on here right now. The semblance is gonna be the S's. So I can't. Let me see if I can show you an example. If I turn these up, so it will accentuate them. Death to me, death to you. You hear super sharp S's. So we're gonna turn that on the bass. It's not like super noticeable. Whoa, sorry. Excuse me. On the bass vocals, it's not super noticeable, but it is still a little bit annoying. So we are gonna turn this down a little bit. Death to me, death to you, death to anyone. And then we're gonna increase the tonal until it sounds good, because this is gonna be everything else that makes it like pop out a little bit. Death to me, death to you, death to. Just too much. You don't want to make it. If you, a little bass roll I like to go by is whenever you turn a single knob or turn something up a little bit, if you can notice that sound just by turning it up, you're probably doing it a little bit too much. You want everything to come together to change the sound, not just one thing. So that's why I'm only doing a little bit. Next, we're going to smooth out these a little bit. I think they're a little bit too sharp, so we're going to smooth them out and maybe just turn the sense up. Not too much, but just enough. We're not going to touch the EQ on this because it is what it is, but it's fine. And just because I'm talking in here, it is going to add latency to my voice. So I'm going to turn that off for now, but I'm going to turn it on after we're done. Next thing is... Death to me, death. We're going to add some special effects. These ones, they're very dry right now. Death to me. There's no reverb, no delay, no flingus, nothing like that. So I'm going to add I think I'm going to add a chorus here. Free chorus. This is a free plugin. It just comes with FL, so everyone should have this. Death to me. Automatically, as soon as I turn that on, you guys can hear. When it's at 100%, it's like death to me. Death. Which is a bit overpowering, so we are going to turn that down. We'll start at half. Death to me. Still too much, so we're going to turn it to a quarter. Death to me. Death to you. That sounds pretty good to me, so we're gonna keep it on there. Next is I like to add just a little extra flair to my voice. This plugin, Xbox Pro, it has just a bunch of different options. More compression, de-essing, just air, stuff like that. It gives it a amazing sound. So without any effects, just remember this. Death to me, death to you. And then with them, I'm going to turn this compression up to like 12%, keep it on Octo FET. We're going to do a little low cut at like 70 hertz, make sure we get rid of those. Turn the air up to like 7%. And then for reverb and all these, I'm not going to go too into depth with reverb on this. That's a completely separate video. But we're going to turn the tone of the reverb up. Turn up the reverb a good amount to like maybe 20%. Turn the time down for the reverb to like 1.2. And then we're going to duck it around 45% because we don't want it to come in while you're talking. Ducking will make the vocal, once you stop talking, the reverb will come back in, but while you're talking, it's not in your way, so it's not being too annoying. For the delay, we're going to keep it around the same, maybe a little bit lower to like 18. And then that should be the exact same. We're going to duck this probably around the same, 45. Next is the pitch widener. We're just going to, this is a very powerful plugin, so we're going to just keep it around 15%. And I'm going to play it without and now with. So without it, it sounds like this.
Death to me, death to yo.
And then with it.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone who gon' put it to the.
And you hear those S's coming in now.
Death to me, death to yo.
Turn that on, just gets rid of them. Real good. All right, perfect. So there's me bass. I think it could add a little bit more flair.
Death to me,
sounds pretty good, but we're gonna go to this auto-tune EFX that I have on. EFX Plus is the only one that has this, but since I'm using it, I'm gonna use the chorus in it because I really liked how this sounds. So I'm just gonna turn the chorus to 14%, just add a little bit more.
Death to me, death to yo.
And with the beat, it sounds like this.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side. Yeah, this song back, I could take you on another one. Wanna ride back while you fucking over everyone.
And just from listening to that, I can tell there is a little bit of highs missing, in my opinion. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit, and I'm going to go to my Pro Q4, and we're just going to turn these up just a slight amount to increase that, and we'll see how that sounds.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side. Yeah, this song back, I could take you on another one. Wanna ride back while you fucking over everyone.
And that sounds way better to me. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide this down because I'm going to throw in a saturator. This one is not free. You can use Sound Goodizer. I don't recommend it. I don't like it, but you can if it's your last option. It adds a lot of gain, so you got to be careful with it and how you use it. But I'm going to be using a Decapitator. It's a Soundtoys plugin. So I'm going to be using this. It's very powerful, but I'm going to keep the drive pretty low so it's not too much distortion. This song could use some distortion, but we're not going to go crazy with it. Low cut, I'm going to send around 70 again and keep it on A instead of anything else. I like that. And then we're going to see how it plays.
Death to me, death to.
And then if I turn up the drive, just listen to how it sounds when I do that.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side. Yeah, this song back.
Okay, so that is, yeah, you can hear what the jive is doing. We're going to keep it on 1 again because it's just, I think it's too powerful for this song if it goes too high up. So we're going to keep it like that. And that's going to be what my bass vocals, I think, is going to sound like for this. And my right and left pan, what I'm going to do is literally just, I'm going to turn this on. You're going to hear them in the background, but they're not going to be mixed at all, so it's going to sound a little bit weird.
Death to me, death to yo, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side. Yeah.
Okay. So you can hear those in the background. We're going to mix those. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make, for this, we're just going to make a copy of this, paste it for left and right, and then turn off those special effects so it's popping on the main vocal and not on the side vocals. Because right now, it sounds very one-dimensional. We want to widen that out a little bit without it being too artificial. So right here, main vocal, file, save mixer track, stay as. We'll just do temp because it's going to be my temporary. Save this to my desktop, and let me grab that real quick. So on this temp right here, drag it into the right and drag it into left. This will put the same exact thing that I just made right here on these two. We're going to pan this one left and right again and turn down those vocals because they're going to be pretty loud. And all we're going to do is turn off that chorus and go to EFX Plus and turn off that chorus right there. And right here, turn off the chorus, EFX Plus, turn off the chorus. And then we're also going to go to Xbox Pro and turn off both reverbs and turn off both reverb and delay. Perfect. Did I actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, it's a little bit on. All right, cool. So now if I play it with these, it should sound a lot better.
Death to me, death to you, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side, yeah. Bitch, I'm back, I can take
one dimensional, and with these two.
Death to me, death to you, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side, yeah. Bitch, I'm back, I can take you on another one. Wanna ride back while you fucking over every don't take me back.
It adds a lot, so that's what those are gonna do. I'm gonna rename these to right and left, just so I know. Bang. And now time for ad-libs. I have the ad-libs on. I'm gonna play it without any of these so you can just hear those. I believe I have some at the start and everything like that. Right, here you go. So with these, again, they're not mixed, but we want them to be background, we want them to be airy, reverby, and just fit in with the mix. So what I like to do, just to make this super simple, you can do this more in depth if you want to, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to throw in the exact same preset. But what we're going to do is modify this quite a bit. We're going to go to the main, and we're going to go to the effects. It has this chorus on it. We're going to crank that up to around 70%, 71. And then we're going to go to Xbox Pro. This reverb, we're just going to crank up to around 40%. 40%. You don't want it to get too high. We're going to crank this pitch monitor to 30. This should be more than enough to make it sound good. These were linked because I had these on something else earlier, but we don't need that anymore. So these two can actually just be deleted. Delete those two. And then these three, I believe, are just linked to the start, main vocal, or this is going to be ad-libs now. And this is, okay, perfect. There we go. So now we have those on it. Let's see how these sound. Perfect. So we're going to play with the main vocals and see it. Whoa, sorry about that. We're going to play with the main vocals and see how that sounds.
Death to me, death to you.
Sorry about that. It cut out for a second. Anyway, what I was going to say is automatically I could tell that those vocals were way too loud. So I turned the ad-lib vocals way down from up here all the way down here. And now they sound like this.
Death to me.
Sounds way better. And I also went to Xbox Pro and I turned up the reverb, the delay, all that good stuff, to make those sound just a little bit more spacious, give it a little bit more room. And on the main vocals, I just tweaked some settings, turning down the volume, up the volume for the compression, just to make it sound a little bit better and more leveled. And now I'm just going to play the song and we'll see how it sounds.
Death to me, death to you, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side, yeah. Bitch, I'm back, I can take you on another one. Wanna ride back while you fucking over every don't take me back. I'm out of fight. Fuck my feelings, bitch, you put it to the side. Just like everyone, you wanted one night. Just like everyone, you fucking up my life. I can't feel bad. Fuck my feelings, bitch, you put it in the death to me. Death to you, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side, yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna sound way better. Then again, that's what it sounded like mixed. It sounds way better than it did unmixed. So I'm gonna play that unmixed now, and now you can hear what it sounded like before.
Death to me, death to you, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side, yeah.
A massive difference. Now this song I already have published, so it is gonna sound a lot different. If I pull that up real quick, you guys can hear what it sounds like. If I actually, I actually took time for this mix, and this was a quick like 20-minute mix, but with it actually mixed, I made it sound like this. If it wants to play.
Yo, death to me, death to you, death to anyone who gon' put it to the side, yeah. home back, I could take you on another one. Wanna write back while you fucking over everyone. Telling me back, I'm not a fight. Fuck my feelings, cause you put it to the side. Just like everyone, you wanted one night. Just like everyone, you fucking up my life. I can't feel bad. Fuck my feelings, cause you put it in the death to me.
As you see, with that, taking just a little bit more time on your mixes can make a big improvement. So that is just going to be a super simple mix tutorial for beginners. So have a good one, boys.